This story happened when I was 13 years old. I was sitting here in my room playing some League of Legends peacefully, and all of a sudden my mom opened the door. She interrupted my session with the sentence, "Alex, you need to go buy some bread." I remember that for a reason that I cannot even explain, I started to have this very tense feeling in my body. But anyways, I went outside, and 2 minutes later, at the moment I was stepping in the local shop, I felt something that I haven't felt before. My whole body was trembling. My voice was shaking. I found it so hard to look the shop assistant in the eyes and to even order a piece of bread. This is what people nowadays call the conditioned social anxiety. And after this moment, I really wanted to fix this. At the time, I thought the best place to fix social anxiety was to go on YouTube and look for the solutions there. I went through YouTube video to a YouTube video, from a YouTuber to a YouTuber, and in general, I built this mindset that once I get my value up there, become a high value person, a high value male, I'm not going to experience social anxiety anymore. The following story happens 2 days ago. In 2023, I'm already 22 years old, almost 10 years after the initial story. I'm flying from Germany back to Bulgaria in a late night flight, and I get a little bit hungry and thirsty. I want to order something to drink, something to eat, and while I'm thinking about what I'm going to order, I have the same feeling once again. This same tenseness in my body, this stress, this anxiety. My voice is not the same anymore. I felt exactly the same way as when I was 13 years old ordering the bread. There is a certain lesson to these both stories. That at 22, I'm supposedly more smart, more developed, more experienced, looking better, feeling better, being bigger. But again, I feel this social anxiety in myself. Again, for a situation that shouldn't arise these feelings in the first place. This happens because the whole philosophy on YouTube is flawed. I don't make these videos just to shit on other YouTubers. I'm not making these videos just to say they are wrong and I'm right. All I am sharing with you guys is my experience with all of these things. Because I thought the moment I develop myself to a certain point, I'm not going to experience social anxiety anymore. But this, I realized, is a coping mechanism. This is not going to the cause of the problem. This is not looking for the fix of the problem. This is coping with the problem. Because this social anxiety comes from a flawed mindset, which is basically that other people are not the same as you. Which means that the cure to social anxiety is simply to realize that other people that you see on the street, that you see in the shop, that you see in the mall, they're just like you. To see humans as humans again. Because, guys, we develop this mindset that other people are not people anymore. We dehumanized society. We see people as just some NPCs in a modern slang. We see people just as some walking characters. But other people are humans. And I'm going to tell you why this makes such a big difference. Let's say you're about to approach a beautiful lady on the street. 90% of men have this very, very big anxiety when it comes to this situation. They have this tenseness in the body, they start to forget what they want to say, they start to get in their head, they start to breathe more heavy. And why is that? This is the cause of this flawed thinking. Because when you are about to go approach this girl, in your head, consciously or subconsciously, you see her as she's above you. You see this girl out of your league. But who created these leagues in the first place? Exactly the same philosophy which puts people in brackets of value. Low value, medium value, high value. Beta male, sigma male, alpha male. Because if you see this girl, this lady, on the same level as you, as just another human, as just a human with a female gender, then you're not going to experience such an anxiety anymore. That's why with your friends, you don't feel so anxious because you spend so much time with them that you see them as humans. You see them, oh, he's human just like me. But with strangers, we fell into this trap of believing that other people are something more than us. And we judge them mostly on the surface. Oh, this lady is very beautiful, therefore she is so much higher than me. Or you go in a business meeting and you see the boss and he's very high in the company. Yes, in a company, but in life, in the world, it doesn't work so. And if you just go there, let's say if you have, excuse me, an interview, and you speak to him just as a person, not as a manager, as a person, then the anxiety will slowly go away. But we fell into this trap of believing that our value is what causes our social anxiety. Once we get the high value, the status, the money, the body, the face, then we're not going to experience social anxiety anymore. But this means that we're still playing the same game. But just this time, we're trying to be on top. We're trying to be out of the league of somebody else. Because interestingly enough, if you speak to somebody that you internally believe is below your league, then you're not anxious anymore, right? Let's say, even though it may be a little bit offending, if the lady is not so beautiful, are you going to feel less anxious? Most likely, yes. That's why in high school, with the girls that you don't like externally by the looks, you don't care about what you're speaking because you see them internally as something below you. But this means that you're playing this game where beauty means value, which means that the more beautiful the girl gets, the more out of your league she gets. And therefore the anxiety comes. We're playing all of this game and we are trying to cope so hard that we are trying to go above other people's league, in our view, of course, because who is who to say who is in which league? Nobody can determine a league of a person. But we try to get up there and to look down on people in a way that we want our value to be so high so that we never experience this going for a league above ours. It's a very hard concept to explain. It's the first time I am explaining something like this on YouTube, and it's the first time I'm hearing somebody explain it like this. But it's so profound, it's so interesting. The moment you start to see people as humans, as other human beings, then your anxiety slowly fades away. And I'm going to give you a lot of examples. Like the manager, he's a manager, but he's a human who has a job of a manager. It's not a manager. The manager title doesn't define the human that he is. The girl may be beautiful, but it doesn't define her as a beautiful girl. It defines as a human with a female gender with a beautiful face or body. Nothing more than this, nothing less. Also, more experienced people, or let's say elderly people, they're humans just who lived more years than you. Let's say somebody knows a language better than you. They're just human who knows a language better than you. If you live in this world always looking for value, you're going to, first of all, be only or want to be only around people who are with less value than you, which is not which is stupid in and of itself, because with these people you don't feel so anxious. Or what if you build your value so high and you think that you're untouchable and you think that everybody is with value below yours? What happens if you find somebody who in your eyes is with more value? Then you get anxious. Social anxiety is going in the room and seeing other people as not humans, seeing as everybody is looking at you. But once you realize that you go in the room and you see that all the people there, they're just like you. They're just humans with their own problems, with their own emotion, with their own stress, with their own things to think about. Then your social anxiety will not be so strong. These are just other people, just like you. And if you adopt this mindset, if you start to see that other people are actually a mirror of you, a reflection of you, which is even deeper to what we're speaking, then are you going to treat people the same way as you're treating them now? Are you going to try to scam them for money? Are you going to insult them? Are you going to try to make them feel ashamed or make them feel worse? If they're humans just like you, are you going to upsell them on some scammy tactics? Are you going to do all these things? This mental mindset fixes everything. Seeing other people as humans just like you. You're not going to be so anxious around them because the leaks, you destroy the leaks. And second of all, you're going to be a better person. Because once you see people as other humans just like you, then you're not going to want to do something bad to them, to scam them, to do something bad, to lie. But as long as you see this value game, this person is higher value than me, this person is lower value than me, you're going to be anxious forever. Because you can never get your value so high that there is nobody who is above you. There's always going to be somebody above you. And playing this stupid game is a lose-lose situation. You lose your time and you lose yourself. There is no point of looking things like this. And next time you see, try this experiment. Walk on the street and try to see people as another human being. Try to see this lady, the cashier lady at the shop, as another human from the female gender working as a cashier. Not the cashier lady, human being with the female gender working as a cashier. See your teacher, male gender, 45 years old, working as a teacher. Humans are humans, and we, in the era of social media and everything is so digital and robotic and AI coming up, we start to dehumanize our society. We start to see people as not humans, but as some, I don't know, some masks, some external creatures, some NPCs. Humans are humans. And the moment you realize this, you'll see that even if you shake a little bit, even if your voice is not the same, people will not judge you so hard. It's not so scary. Everybody is human. Everybody is flawed. Everybody makes mistakes and nobody is perfect. Even if you go at McDonald's and if you make a wrong order, it's human. People make mistakes. Human. Be more human. This is the logic of today's video. Let go of these games. High value, low value, sigma, alpha, beta. This is so stupid and it makes you more anxious. You think that you're fixing the problem like this. You think that once you get so muscular and so jacked, everybody is going to look like this. And then therefore you're not going to have social anxiety. You're not going to have problems speaking to other people. But this is just scratching the surface. This is not fixing the problem. This is coping. Realize this once and for all.